Hi guys, I know it's been a while, I've been very busy, so I'm just going to make something that's really delicious, and it's a triple chocolate muffin, which if any of you like chocolate, obviously triple chocolate. Right, so it's a bit of a difficult menu, and what I've had to do is half the ingredients, so I've got to keep looking at the actual ingredients. I will put them on the screen over here for you in a minute, because I'm only doing 6 and the recipe says to do it for 12, so obviously you have to half everything. So what I've done in here is I've mixed 32.5 grams of cocoa powder, and I've mixed 262.5 grams of self-raising flour, and to add to that I've put in some baking powder. How much baking powder was that? It was exactly come on, where are you, stupid thing? About half a tablespoon. Yeah, it's exactly half a tablespoon of powder. I've sieved that just to lighten it and to make sure there's no lumps in it. You really probably don't want lumps in it, because that helps the cake to rise, or the muffin to rise. Now, next to that, now what I'm doing is I'm putting in oil, vegetable oil. So I've got 50 mils of oil. It's all going in to be beaten. I've got 1 egg going in. There goes 1 egg. Come on, there you go. Get that last little strand out. Yeah. Then obviously you wash your hands, because eggs raw, and you don't really want to be having raw egg on your skin and eating it. Obviously, I mean, it could contain salmonella bug, which isn't particularly good for you. Now, on top of that, what I've got here is I've got chocolate. So I've got dark chocolate melting, and that's 175 divided by 2, so that's 50, 75 by 35, 85, 87.5 grams, about 90 grams of dark chocolate, and that's just melting away quite nicely in there. Just on a steamer, so that's steaming. I'll also switch that off actually, because that's going to melt perfectly well. And then in here I've chopped up some, have a look, white chocolate and milk chocolate. They're going to be the little bits inside. So it's about 65 grams of white chocolate, 65 grams of milk chocolate. Just put that on a chopping board and just chop away at it till you get pieces like that size, if you can see that. It's like pea-sized chocolate bits. So into there I've got, I now need some milk, so into this bit to give it a good beating. So I've got oil, next it's time for milk. It says 365 mils of milk, and I use this Tesco Pure stuff, because it just lasts longer, which I think is a good idea. Milk that lasts longer, because it just reduces your waste on the environment. So many people throw away their food, and that really isn't good for society. 365 mil, so half of that 150, about 190 mil. So if I go to nearly 200, I'll be there. So nearly at 200, halfway, there we go, that's perfect. So place that into here. As probably most of you realise, I use the K-Mix, which is a Kenwood mixer. You know, you can either go for that, or you can go for the obvious other choice, KitchenAid. I just like this one, it works for me. So I'm going to give that nicely. That's going to have a really good mix. You know, I think that would mean something like, you think they'd say, rather than beat it, you think they'd say that would mean whiskey, but it doesn't. Just going to beat in here. So we have everything in there ready. So vanilla, sorry, I do mean a teaspoon of vanilla. Right? So 1 teaspoon of vanilla going in. Use the vanilla extract as being the good stuff. You know, and that's your phone. You don't need to use that much. I know that probably costs more than some cheapo vanilla flavouring or essence, but it's so worth it to have this piece of stuff. And I've just popped away close to get that. Probably no supermarket still does vanilla extract, but that's my closest big supermarket. So basically now we're just beating it. Allow that to beat in. I want to speed that up, I think. I want to beat that well. Top on, we have a nice top on there, so we're just going to leave that to just beat now. Leave the chocolates in now. And once that's happened, we'll mix all this together, spoon it in there, chuck it in the oven, 180 degrees for 20 minutes. So let's just wait for all that to come through and I'll restart with a minute. Okay guys, so we're at the point now where we're ready to put all this together. So we've got dry mix here, and basically we have to just fold this in slowly into it, the wet mix that's been beaten, and just fold that in nicely. Keep folding over, just so we're going to get a nice wet mix in there now. Keep folding that over, keep mixing that in, folding it over. Okay, that's it, that's the lot of that got in. Lovely, so give that a good fold over, so that's all mixed in really, really well. So get this dry mix in there. Okay, just keep folding that in. It's strange, it's not an aerated mix really, it's just a mix. I suppose the flour will do the rising of it, won't it? So that's basically what we're looking for. So we're at that point. Let's quickly mix that in. That looks nice. Yum yum. Looks nice already. Smells great. Actually, it smells absolutely fantastic. Now it's pour the chocolate in time. So just dry the bottom of that. So I don't really want hot water going into it, do we? So now we'll just mix this in fairly quickly. Let's get this all in. These, you know, I'm a fan of these silicone things. They're fantastic, aren't they? You just don't have any wastage at all. Geeky scientist coming at me again. Not believing in waste for our planet. Don't throw away much food, all that sort of thing. Too many people just throw things away. And you know, you have to think about, I don't mean like getting fat and overweight things, because you know you shouldn't eat till you're overweight, but perhaps, you know, I can understand that, but try not to throw food away. You know, you can save it for another day, can't you? So there's all that chocolate now. Fingers have just been washed, now need washing again. You know, good kitchen hygiene doesn't cost much, does it? You just have to do it. It's good manners for your guests to have. Fold that nicely in there. You can see that just looks delicious, doesn't it? How good does that look? Okay, so folded that in fairly quickly. Lovely. Now we go all these chocolatey bits. So these have to be folded in beautifully. I'm sorry, but this is just a chocoholics dream, isn't it? This one. I think you'll love this one. If you read, you know, I'm hearing some good feedback from people who are trying some of my recipes and really actually thinking they're great. So I was amazed to hear a student in my class whose dad had made the picture on the Barbie. So good on you. I've got loads more Barbie stuff to come in, and now it's just time to spoon this stuff into the cake mix. So I'm going to stop there and we'll have a look when it's all spooning. Okay guys, so you can see how good they look in there. I made a bit of a mess of that particular one. It's actually really worth taking your time getting that batter in carefully and not spilling it, because they're going to look good if the packet looks nice as well. And after all, we do eat with our eyes as well as our taste buds, don't we? So that's going to go into the oven for 20 minutes. Keep an eye on it, around about 180 degrees centigrade. I think that's gas mark 4 for US people. And the measures, obviously I've done all those in metric really. Just if you're in the US, just go onto Google and you'll get conversion charts. It's really easy. I have got a fab gadget actually, which I should have got out for this, and I'll start getting out in future for baking, just for our American subscribers and viewers. Thanks. So in the oven with this, and I'll see you when they're cooked. Okay guys, so here are the muffins. I'll probably take a picture of them and put those on as well, but if you can look really closely, you can see that you can see all the big chocolate bits, the white and the dark chocolate. You can do the skewer trick to check they're done, which basically means you put a skewer in and if it comes out wet, but that's pretty difficult when you've got lumps of chocolate in, because you'll pull the lumps of chocolate. So it took about 20 minutes, I was about right. And I'm sure they're going to taste delicious, so go ahead and make those, lovely. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, especially now I'm at 400, with another little milestone, and have fun. There's going to be loads more to come, particularly my barbecue videos. I know US subscribers love that. Okay, so thanks and goodbye.